Let's see, is there sound now? Does anybody hear me? What's going on, man? Can you hear me? Is my sound on? I think that's what was the issue. That's why I had to turn it off. I don't know what to do if it doesn't work. Hello, hello. Can anybody hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Do we have sound? Nice. Hell yeah. All right, yeah, that was the issue. I had to turn it off. I don't know what happened. I think it's because I had my I had my phone plugged in. Nice. So if it cuts out, I'm driving through the mountains, so don't worry. We'll be up. What's going on, man? Hello from Morocco. Hello from everywhere else. Oh, what are you guys up to today? It is. You guys hear me now? Is that better? It keeps disconnecting. It's because I'm going right now. I'm going through these mountains. So as you see, it's very it's hard to get service here. But do I know a legit broker? I do know a legit broker. Are you trying to trade for stocks? I don't know anything about Forex for brokers in that sense. I'm not a big Forex trader. Not a fan of it. I've actually made an onslaught against it. That's what you could call it. Are you guys here still? I need to go pee. Awesome. Yeah, so I don't know anything from brokers, but what do you guys got for me, man? Hit me with questions. Usually I'll rap and drive, but I'll get on a phone call, so I figure I'd say, what's the best business for a beginner? It depends. What are you got? Like, what do you like to do, and what do you want to, be able to do? Damn, the questions disappeared. I didn't see the last one, but it all depends on what you want to do and where you can put your focus and time and energy. But I think usually selling a product or services is usually easier. That's where to start. What's up, Sean Sanders? Sean Sanders, man, why'd you leave me on read receipt, man? You didn't. I asked you a question and you just didn't. That's it, man. You're just gonna come to the live stream. That's all, man. I see how it is. What do you say if someone doesn't know shit about real estate but wants to get in it for the money? Uh, it's not as hard as it seems. Getting in for the money is to add value to customer info. That would be the best for me. Well, then find something that you're experienced with. I'll come back to that, Amir. But even in general, if you want to get into real estate just for the money, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what a lot of people do. But it is something that it's a valuable skill to have, to understand. You can provide value in real estate as well as you could provide value for yourself and understand something. So if you want to do it just for money, there's nothing wrong with that. I would just say start learning. You guys see this traffic, man? This is crazy. Start learning so you can be able to do it. It's not, and I would say if you don't know anything about it, at least there's money in it. It's not as hard as it seems. I think that's where real estate kind of messes with most people, is they think it's a lot harder than it really is. They think it's more upper level challenging than, stocks is way harder than real estate any day of the week. I'm not joking with the traffic, man. This is traffic. In the questions I'm giving you, and I call you out on it, I'm starting to not like you, honestly. I don't like it when you give me a straight up answer. Straight up answer is good. Ignoring me, I don't play that shit. Sorry, I didn't see your questions. Since I'm driving, ask your question again, Stampedes. And Cali stays having traffic. Yeah, there's online. You can just look up stuff. We have our course. If you even go on the TTF Real Estate, you have to put www.TTF Real Estate. I have a bunch of free sections on there that you can preview and go through. But really, it's, go even through my last live streams. I have them on my channel. The last live streams we did, we really went in depth with it on where to start and doing all that. Do I think learning Amazon FBA is profitable for the future? It is. It's a profitable outlet. You just got to know what you're doing, and you got to not do it. What's your biggest profit month with stocks and your educational services? What do you mean? Like my biggest profit I've had in a month, trading, I think I've done close to like 350, 400,000 in a month. But 2 trades of that was the other, it was just, I called something really good. I don't know what you mean by the educational services. But back to the FBA, it is going to be profitable. You just got to make sure you don't waste your time with it. And by that, I mean going into stuff where you're not going to do it. My training, I haven't taken anybody in a year. And, usually most of the people I did take on, I took on about 50% for free. So the biggest month with that, I've usually always made more money trading than any sort of course or anything like that. So, a lot of times I train people to come work with me, and I have them manage, funds for me and do other stuff like that. But TTF hasn't had a trading course in a while. I usually try, but just let that go. Been looking into real estate. Yeah, it's skill to learn for a milestone at 5K a month. Profitable skill will probably be marketing. So you could, because that's the same thing you'll use in real estate. And so the guy who just said reserved, you stopped Shopify and Facebook ads, exactly. If you learn how to do that, you'll be profitable because you can use it for real estate. So if you stop your Shopify and all that, just go switch it into real estate. You know what I'm saying? It's the same exact thing. If you saw my video, or I'll answer that question. You guys might have to answer the questions again because they disappear on me. But if you could you could literally translate every single thing you're doing with e-commerce and Shopify just goes into real estate. So instead of focusing on little $2 products, $20 products, you're now focusing on $300,000-$400,000 assets. So that's what it'd be. And then, you want to be an independent contractor for my trading? What does that mean? But biggest advice for a starting at 18. Start learning now. Don't delay. If you have a heads up on a lot of people, if you start, I did my first flip at 18. I got into real estate at a young age. My brother started even earlier, so getting into real estate at a young age, 18. Key is start. I would get licensed and use the fact that you're going to meet people in college. You already know people from high school, your local community you're involved in. A lot of people will give you a shot if you're young and doing real estate. I'd start off as that. And start off as an agent and then look to find a way to get real estate leads from that could turn into house flips and wholesaling. And that's kind of what we always go over. What do you think the startup capital is to get involved with real estate? I'd say about $1,500 if you want to be like conservative, and that's if you want to go get your license, if you want to do all that stuff. But at the end of the day, you can start real estate for free. You just got to learn how to get the deals. It's just like, that's why we said Facebook ads, Shopify, marketing, anything like that. Because then if you go and generate a lead, you could go get a lead for real estate and you won't have to spend a dime and can convert that into profit before you ever do anything. So it all depends on what route you want to take and what you're looking at it. But essentially zero, $1,500 being conservative. But really your time, that's the thing. You're going to expect to get your first lead, expect to put in like 40 hours, but then you put that into perspective. That's a typical work day for anybody who works a 9-to-5 job. You guys still hear me? I'm going up this giant hill. So where are you from, Amir? If you want to find mentors, it's about finding, the industry you're going to be in, where you're at located and go to meetings, go to clubs, try to interact with as many people in this space. Real estate's easy to get mentors in the sense that you could go find brokerages and find people, find agents that you see that are good and look up to and go from there. Oh, shit. What happened, everybody? If you have really little to offer, I'm located in Dallas, Texas. It's not, well, that's why we've taught, people, legitimately, I'll mentor you at real estate, and thank God for the people I've already taught over the years. Uh, so many of them have gotten to real estate. We have a bunch in Texas that, I'll mentor you, even if you have little to offer, because that's the paradox with real estate is a lot of people don't realize what they have to offer. You see what I'm saying? You think you don't have a lot to offer, but if I sit down and talk with you probably for 20 minutes, I'm sure we're going to find an outlet that you have that you could actually monetize for real estate and become very profitable. And so how you're going to be able to offer value to me is just if you could put in the time. If I could have another person out there doing what I'm doing, and you could bring me a house that we could potentially flip wholesale, or you could represent on the transaction. There's many ways. I just need people who are going to be committed and put in that time. So if that is, I'll gladly do it. That's why we made the real estate course, and even through our real estate course, that you're not paying just for me to mentor you, and it's literally pennies for my time. But even on the other end, that course is covering most of the cost of that is just covering your pre-licensing. So you could sign up for it and literally start your Texas pre-licensing, and 45 days later you test, get licensed, while at the same time learning and getting guided on what you do to get your first lead, to get your career built. I might cut out here. Yeah, now if you're in the UK, go find offices in the UK, Amir, and find out people who are already in the industry. UK is a little different here than the United States, but the same concept supply of real estate. Real estate's our expensive asset. Most people with a lot of money and big investors, they own real estate in their portfolio. So your job is essentially to find property that has good value. If you have good value, you could find a property and secure that deal and find it to someone who's going to need it. Then boom, that's how you're making money. You're finding the property and doing their investment work for them and then selling it to them. So that's the easy way. Engineering is the best path to real estate stocks. Well, that's the beauty of it. I did go to college. I graduated. The other Josh, he'll talk about, my motto is stay in school. The other Josh we have who runs the real estate course with me, he'll tell you to drop out. He doesn't have a college degree. It took him 12 years to get an associate's degree, and everybody's different. So it's going to be good for networking, but the best part about stocks and real estate, you don't need a specific background. My degree is in political science and philosophy. I wanted to be a lawyer, but I started making a lot of money in stocks and real estate. My businesses were doing good. And I was set up to, I just wanted to really take my businesses to the next level, as opposed to go to school for another 7 more years or something like that. So beauty of stocks and real estate, that's why I'm saying you don't have to leave school. You could stay in school and still start on that stuff. What helped me with school is the networking. That's what I really think. If you're going to go to school, you're going to take it seriously and learn something and network with people. You're going to get to meet a bunch of awesome people. Then school is definitely worth it. If you're going to go there, you're going to be a hermit crab. You're not going to do shit, and you're just going to stay, and not make the most of it. You're not going to go to your classes and just get fucked up and not even meet people. Don't go to school then. It all depends on what you're going to get out of it and how you're going to use it. I might cut off here. I don't know. How's the stream been? Has it been laggy? Do you guys still hear me or what? Nice. I got the chat working pretty decent. Awesome. Yeah, man. What school do you go to? That's cool, man. I wish I was in college. I miss college. I'm telling you. That was a fun time for me. I got a lot of work done. I met a lot of cool people. And, what I learned in my classes, I just had a passion for politics, global economy, shit like that, and how I was just smart enough to be able to relate it to the stock market because I was into the stock market. I was into business already. So I think it just depends on the people. Some people go to college to find out what they want to do, but they're not ambitious. But if you have ambition and succeed, you'd be surprised what a secondary education could do for you. But again, is it necessary to be successful? Not in today's day and age. You could go online and learn a bunch of skills that'll take you to the six-figure level. You just got to go out and do it. Sean Sanders, I'm gonna block you until you answer my questions. So how did all this business stuff start out for you? I've always been in business since I was young. I was on the internet very, very young. I started trading when I was 14. That's because I knew how to use computers. I knew that I could get access to it online, and I was really using the internet before a lot of people. So I was selling stuff and everything. So I was selling stuff online. I was using Craigslist. I knew about Alibaba when I was 15 years old. That's how long Alibaba's been around. So think about it. Kids are just picking up on it now in the last year or two. I knew about that when I was 15 years old. So imagine me buying shit from China and selling it on Craigslist. I would sell shit to kids at my school. I made a lot of money. And, I did that and I put it into stocks. I worked random jobs. I worked for companies. I gave them social media marketing when I was literally 18 years old probably. But then I also worked in the music industry. I made money off a bunch of stuff. I saved my money. I did my first flip at 18, took those profits, invested it into some long-term stocks like Facebook, and it's just been it's been a wrap since then. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It was an interesting journey. I just always utilized what was at hand for me, and that was just the internet, knowing how to use it. And then I always wanted a lot of money though. So that's where I got drawn to stocks and real estate, especially real estate, because, when you see I always just looked at who made it, who got really, really rich. You'll notice a consistent pattern. There's no such thing as a billionaire who doesn't own real estate. Same thing with stocks as well too, and you got this, and I just got to see what was happening, and I've seen so many people stocks. I've seen people become successful, but more I've seen just uneducated people kill it in real estate somehow, and like they're just dumb, but they just had the drive to get into it, and it's just because the assets are so big. Course on Amazon selling and dive in. No, I would not buy a course on Amazon selling. You could learn all that for free. If you're going to spend any money, learn how to put it towards something applicable. Go spend money on advertisements. Go, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think if you learn real estate and how it works, and if you're in the UK, that's one thing you could do. You should just learn how to advertise and learn how to generate leads for real estate, and just set up marketing and generate real estate leads and sell them to American people in the United States. You know, if that's the case, since you're not going to do it, if you just want to learn, I have a course, like it's part of the course in real estate. I'll give you a huge discount on it if you want to just sign up for it, and then you could just start learning how to market for real estate, and then needs for real estate, I'll buy them for you, or I'll help you sell them to real estate agents. What do you think of Team Jet Set scam or what? Yeah, I don't like those guys. I don't like a lot of people. I just think, it's not really the best when, a lot of people are just marketing just bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's why, again, I've always stuck with stocks. I've told people I always told people they're not going to make money after a year. Real estate, I'm setting up stuff with, how it's going to work. These Shopify growers, they make a lot of money on most people failing. It's just like the stock market, That's why I say real estate, go get into something that people aren't going to look at you weird. You know what I'm saying? Go tell your mom today, yeah, okay, I signed up for TTF real estate. She's saying, what the fuck is that? You tell her, okay, I'm getting into real estate, I'm getting my license. I'm going to learn how to invest in real estate and get into the biggest industry in the world where it's not looked down upon, where you're going to learn how to manage the biggest financial asset for people. You know what I'm saying? That's more likely than saying, oh, okay, I'm going to spend my money on an ATM machine. I'm going to put all my time into trying to make money doing nothing, you know, or I'm going to have to put money into the market to gamble and do all that, you know. Shopify is not bad. I'm definitely not saying that it is, but you have to know what you're doing. And then at that point, if you do know what you're doing, take that money and just market for real estate. Why are you not marketing for real? Again, I said it in my video. I know how to generate leads on Facebook for $10 a lead for real estate, and those translate into $10,000 or even $100,000 house flip. Again, it's just where you want to spend your time for. You know, people are people are marketing, spending their money. You know, that's why I made that video, because I saw somebody on a Shopify video spent my first $3,000 to get into this. If you spent $3,000 on Facebook ads for real estate, you would get one lead with real estate that you could turn into $10,000. You could flip the house, you could wholesale it, or give it to an agent like me or one of our agents in the TTF real estate group, and he'll cut you in and you don't have to do anything. You could just literally market real estate. That's where a lot of people have failed when I say, you know, go into it. But now if you find a niche in Shopify, you source it and do it good, that's great. Where can I learn stocks from? You could learn it from this channel. Be careful. You know, I always say be careful with courses and all that. I am actually going to work on this, you know, for everybody. I'm subscribe to the channel and make sure you're in it. And I'm going to drop that. But just go and cancel read this from there. Is it still lagging? No. How about now? You guys hear me? Better? Yeah. Is a robot confirmed? Oh. So do you go to seller, homeowner, and pros to get them lead to go to a seller, homeowner, and pro? No, that's the thing. There's many ways to get leads in real estate. If you find a home seller and they want to sell their house, that's money. You could go just find people trying to buy or sell a house, that's money. That's the simple way to look at it. You know, you generate leads like that, that's it. That's all you need to do. But then you just need to know how to get to the next level of where do you sell those leads, or how do you convert on them? Because that's what I know talented marketers, and they work for us, they generate us real estate leads, and I buy them from them for like 30-40 bucks a lead, and you know, they think they're making a killing, but at the end of the day, I'm making $10 to literally $100,000 per lead that they're giving me. So you have to be able to know how to qualify a lead, know what you can do with each lead, whether it's a good lead, a bad lead, and the potential profit you can make from it. But if you just simply have the skill to generate the lead, you can make a lot of money. So that's why I say with the Shopify people and all that, or you guys want to get into real estate and you don't know, well, I don't want to go this step, that I want to, you know, you want to just put money into ads and do that, you can do it. What do you think is the future of making money online? That's a good one. I think advertising in general and being able to monetize an audience and being, you know, it's just general business. It's now just the fact you could reach so many people. I think it's real estate, but I think big just because I want bigger checks, you know. I'm not going to take advantage of having access to millions of people to make 30 bucks. You know what I'm saying? Even if I could do it 1,000 times, because if I could go get one person or three people for real estate, you know, find a home seller or buyer, I'm still making that same $30,000. So, but I think the future is going to be able to tap in. I think it's really the cloud and just staying with the changes. It's hard to see really where the internet is going, but I think it's going to be here to stay as terms of being able to generate money if you know what you're doing, you know, and you just have to be consistent. Worst job you've had before? Foot Locker. That was the only like 9-to-5 job I've ever worked. I worked there for like a couple months and then quit, and I just went back to selling shit online. My parents made me get the job because they said I needed to go get a job and actually know what it's like to clock in and work. So yeah, worst job ever. Should you go to college for a business degree? Unless you want to, you know what I'm saying? If you're actually going to use it, take advantage of it, network. Do you need to go to college? No. I think college is great. So, you know, I think if you go on there, you know, why not? But at the same time, it's not necessary. That, you know, you seem like you you want to make money, and you have all these ideas, you got to really figure out what you're truly passionate about. What do you like? I went to college to study politics and philosophy. I like those things. I like the stock market. I love the business. I love how stuff in the world moves around. Something could happen and it changes. I love real estate. I love stuff like that. Have I heard of Alex Becker? I have. He's actually not that bad. I don't, he's old. He's been around for like since I was young, and he's just like the king of just selling online marketing courses, teaching people how to market. So again, and that's the thing I never like about those, is that they all just teach you how to market $10 shit. You know what I'm saying? Again, real estate. I don't want to sound like a dead horse. I don't want to sound like I'm beating anything into your guys' head, because at the end of the day, you could do whatever you want to do. You guys are going to have talents, and you guys will find success wherever you want to find success if you put in the work. That is the true epitome of everything. If you go spend 5, 10, 20 hours a week on something more, and that is your goal, you set a goal and you do that, you will find success at it. So it doesn't matter what the outlet is, and that's why I'm saying if you're dedicated and driven, you will be successful. You just can't give up, and you have to focus on it. And it's just a matter, and again, you might spend money on online this, online that. You might try this, it doesn't work. That's all going to be part of your journey to success until you find your niche and do it. And that's why, I'm just advising you guys to not waste your time so you don't get discouraged and quit. And, aim high, aim well, aim where it's been done before. Again, you will find more millionaires in real estate than in like average millionaires, guys with not crazy skills, guys who picked it up and did well, than any other industry. You're going to find more millionaires doing that than online marketing. Same thing with the stock market. Stock market is a little bit more difficult, but look where people have truly found success. And I'm not saying this modern day success, and even if it is a modern day success, understand what it took to get there. But like I was telling you guys will get there. So it's not about, this person, that person, do I do this? If you're the type who's looking on YouTube, you're the type going through videos, you're the type applying yourself, you know what I'm saying? You will achieve success. It's just a matter of when, not what. You know what I'm saying? If you have the what, you're going to do it. You don't, you're not content with living a certain type of life. You are driven to want the nice things in life. You want to be free. You want to have those things. You will get there. You just cannot give up. So that's why I'm saying, my job is to just help you guys go to the right advice, some motivation, because lately I gave up on. Yeah, just don't give up. And that's the thing. And that's why I'm saying it's easy to give up if you put your effort in stuff that's not going to make money, or that it's going to really, it takes a long time to, you have to understand the timeline. But that's why, aim high, look around. The stuff like real estate seems kind of boring for people, but that's really, it's really exciting when there's a lot of money being made. So that's where you got to focus on what works. But you can make a lot of money on e-commerce. You can make a lot of money on everything. Come on. Yes. My bad. Sorry, guys. Hopefully you guys are still here, but I did trade on my own and I learned. And that's why I was saying my biggest advice I give people, you could totally self-teach yourself stocks. You just have to paper trade. Don't waste your money saying, someone says, oh, I need to actually trade and get the real feeling. No, it's like go to the driving range every day before you spend money trying to join a tournament for golf, So that's what you got to do, is just paper trade for 3 to 6 months. It's going to take time. That's why I tell people want the stock market for quick money. That's not how it works, because to actually get successful, you need a paper trade for 3 to 6 months minimum and get profits with fake money. Then you could work on growing a real account and making $50, $100 a day, even more. But that's where people make mistake, is that they rush into it. Just like any industry, they rush into it and they're spending their money thinking the more money they spend, the more money they put in, it's going to get it to them. But that's not the case. So that's why I like real estate. You will make, average. We have most people close their first deal in that 30 to 60 days. And that's a $10,000 transaction on average. So real estate, you can get it, because real estate's as simple as just doing it and getting in. But even then, 30 to 60 days is still a long time, but you can definitely teach yourself trading 100%. I'm living proof of that. No one's ever taught me shit when it comes to trading. And, I was able to pick up on it. I treated it realistically. I didn't treat it as if it was, a hobby, and I didn't treat it unrealistic. And for me, I was just a Jew, if that makes, I'm very cautious. I'm not going to go spend my money and gamble my money away until I could prove to myself that I could do it with fake money, in real estate. And that's why I also do real estate, because every day in the market, it's not always going to make money. There's always not going to be an opportunity. So I just started doing real estate and created my day every month, while at the same enough to make more money, and then trade and do that stuff also in the other. But you guys could self-teach yourself anything. Again, the two things it comes down to: people are not, they kill themselves on the motivation by losing hope, quitting, and you guys just have to stay consistent and positive with it. That's the one thing. And then two, go about it the right way and be patient. If you rush into things, you're going to get rushed results, and that's it. And people, think about it. How long did it take you guys to start walking as a baby? It took you guys 2 years, 2-3 years, even longer, just so you don't shit yourself. Wouldn't you say those things are important, walking and not shitting yourself? If it took that much time to do those basic functions, how long do you think it's going to take you to create sustainable wealth and sustainable income that is up to a level you want? Just don't rush things. And that's why we tell people, that's why I go look at my Instagram posts. That's how I would teach people, is when I would tell them, I'd walk them through it. I'm not just handing them a pack and say, all right, go risk and gamble. You might get lucky, you might not. I just don't believe in that. So, you guys got to look at it that way. Hopefully that helps. You guys still hear me? Are you guys hearing me well? How's the audio coming through? Everything is not laggy. Any questions on that? Because motivation only lasts a period. Write down your goal. Definitely write down your goal. Have a goal and understand why you're in it. And that's the thing. Don't get too excited. Don't get too excited. Don't get too not motivated, but always, focus on the small wins. That's a big thing I say. Take the small wins and set realistic goals. The best way to not to lose motivation is saying, I'm gonna, I've never made $100,000 in my life. I'm gonna make $100,000 this year. That's the best way to lose. Time goes on, you're not getting close to that goal. You're going to say, this is hopeless, I can't do it, yada yada yada. The whole idea is like, hey, I've never made money online ever in my life. I've never done this task. Let me set a goal of $2,000, $3,000, and go from there and start from there. I do live close to them. But all right, guys, I actually got to go right now. I'll be on a little later. I'm about to meet with a client right now for some houses, believe it or not. I'll see if they'll let me record. If they let me record, I'll do it. If not, I got to go handle this. So I love you guys. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Tune into the next one. We're doing a private real estate webinar on real TTF real estate. If you guys want to join that, let me know. And again, like I said, if you guys just want to do marketing, you don't want to get your license, but you want to learn about the flipping, real estate, all that, and how to market and sell those ads, send me an email, hit me up on Instagram. I'll give you a discount on the course. I'll cut it by more than half if that's what you want to do and you just want to work and create leads for me. Yeah, definitely send me a DM, please. If you guys want to do that, but we're going to have a real estate webinar tomorrow for all the students, and our goal is to set up everybody's goal. But if you guys just want to do e-commerce and marketing for me and do it for real estate, I have a course already. It's already in there. Hit me up and I'll hook you up with it. I would love to do that. I think that you guys actually gave me a really good idea with that. And I think some people might have a better opportunity with that. So if that's the case, hit me up with it. I'll get you guys set up. And the webinar is going to be tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific time. And that one's going to be a voice webinar. So you're going to be able to tune in with your mic and talk and ask questions. So I love you guys. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Appreciate you guys always being here, man. Love you all.